Well, howdy there, sleepyhead. A little Burby told me you're having trouble sleeping. Is that so? Well, I've got just the thing to help. My Grandpappy's favorite old newspaper clippings, and that's not all. I even have in my possession his old journal detailing his otherworldly adventures. However, let's start with some nice, safe, comforting newspaper clippings. Woodland Hills has recently been struck by an incredible crime wave. Police have no suspects to date, but urge citizens not to stay out too late at night unless with large groups of people. It has been explained to this reporter that police officials and citizens alike are doing everything in their power to round up suspects and return stolen properties to the rightful owners. Until the culprits are apprehended, however, it is up to us to make the wise choice and protect ourselves and our properties. This is one reporter who will, for the next few nights, find himself in front of the television. If you can easily avoid a potential danger, why not do so? It seems my grandpa had some issues dealing with the corrupt police department. They must have been too busy writing erroneous tickets and busting teens smoking marijuana than to go after the real hardened criminals. He was probably saving this clipping to be used during his campaign for mayor. Now, let's see what he had written down in his journal around this time. Not long after I moved into this house, I began to get some terrible headaches. I never suspected what was wrong until I started seeing things shift back and forth before my eyes. People's faces, even places in my own house. Something terrible is going on. So terrible no one would have even guessed. I found my answers on the other side, but I grew so fearful that I moved the mirror to the garage, for fear that something would come through to attack me. Who are these ancients? Why do they so badly want to come to our world? What distant galaxy did they come from? I have tried to find these answers, but I cannot pass the sentry which guards the way to the archives. If only I had more time, but it is obvious to me. Huh? I guess Gramps was suffering from a little bout of mirror anxiety back then. Happens to the best of us, I suppose. I know when I was a young lad, my mind would be transported to a different dimension every time I looked into a mirror for just a little too long. A dimension where the roads were paved with human skin, and the tears of the damned would fall from the sky, burning every inch of my skin. Now, let's see what we have here. I know that I am doomed, so I will hide the pieces of this journal for someone to find later, and hopefully solve the mystery which has baffled me. In the midst of my certain dread that something terrible is happening to me, I had a light moment the other night when Old Man Tuttle grabbed the key to my clock and swallowed it. What a joker. Imagine how shook I was to learn that the old guy had a stroke only a week later. It has occurred to me that I may need to retrieve that key to service the clock. I can get it, if I have the guts. Pressing left above right will get me in. Another thing on my mind is the whole thing with... I remember Sir Tuttle. He once filled a deli pickle with some grade A syrup and fed it to our local butcher as a prank. A joker indeed. What kind of crap is this? When one feels compelled to explore new worlds and surrounds, it is time to look homeward for life's rewards. Sounds like a bunch of poppycock to me, but to each their own. Looks like this is my Grandpappy's last journal entry. The mirror. I have used it to enter the dark world, and I suspect my fate is tied to the strange creatures I have seen hibernating there. I have excavated a bit and brought back something. In the process, I managed to crack the edge of the mirror, which I had thought was unbreakable. The thing I brought back might be able to break it, if made into a tool. I will have this final page left in my grave, though I doubt my fate is to remain there long. One final word. My enemies have underestimated how strongly events in this world affect things in the other. I have kept them from returning to space by letting my car fall apart. I even hid the keys in a special place. I also feel that the police station is strongly mirrored in the dark world. Use this information wisely. You might succeed where I have surely failed. It's a real crying shame about that car. It was supposed to be my inheritance. My way to put myself through clown school and my way to make a name for myself in the show business. But now, I'm stuck with the task of making people fall asleep for a living. Anyway. That was the last of the journal entries. My, you're looking mighty sleepy over there in that nice comfy bed of yours. Let's go see if we can't find one last newspaper clipping to finish things out on. I doubt you'll be able to keep those tired eyes open much longer. Here we are. Better homes and cellars. Home security. Many readers have sent in ideas regarding storage of valuables in the home. One of these ideas involves hollowing out the area beneath the flagstone in your cellar and concealing objects such as jewelry and even cash. This is an ingenious idea and definitely worth looking into. Ryan Ketchum. You know, this is also an excellent tip if you want to hide some hot, furry porno mags away from your annoying, nosy JW neighbors. Uh-oh, it looks like a certain someone has slipped into dreamland. Well, in that case, good night. Don't let the scorpions bite.